So it is Saturday night, Sunday morning. It's like early in the morning, and I've been working on this book, really getting the outline down, and I've been having a good time with this. Everything is coming so easy. So there's a few things that are happening at once. I've said in previous videos that I am developing the city. Fine. As I'm developing the city, I am leaving space to change things, to alter things, make sure nothing's like absolutely concrete. Because again, what's canon is what's published, not what's written. So until this is published, canon is flexible. This is allowing me to develop my story and nail down certain things. So like, for example, there's a bowling alley, and so I don't have all the details yet. I just know what neighborhood, what area of the city it's in. Once I start writing, well, before I start writing, I'm going to have that nailed down, because that is one of the places that some of the characters visit in this first book. And so once I do, then I can transfer that to my map and say, this is definitively where this bowling alley is. This is the neighborhood it's in. Because once I write it, I am going to allow myself to like change and alter things, but I don't want to spend so much time going back and going over the things that I've changed. So a lot of what I've been doing, though I've been progressing with the story and with the city and the map and all that, has been like making these corrections as early as possible. If there's a family named the Smiths, but I want them to be named the Joneses, I'm changing that right away, because I don't want to have to go back and control F everything and then see how that, I don't want to do all that. The other thing that's happening is this is a 3-book series. In my head, this is 3 novellas. I know me, I know myself, I can overwrite. I know the books are made in editing, so you can write as much or as little as whatever and then just fix it in editing. I have a slight fear that with this book, I may go over to like full novel length. That is a slight fear of mine, but it isn't as prevalent as it maybe has been for other things. The fear comes from the ease at which I'm getting this outline out, and that is such a funny thing, because I am doing so well with simultaneously creating the city, crafting these neighborhoods, and also crafting the story. They're kind of working hand in hand. I'm getting a lot of ideas out, a lot of dialogue, a lot of plot points. Like, I'm getting a lot done in the outlining phase, where when I actually sit down to write, a good portion of this book is already done. That being said, another issue or thing, rather not issue, thing that's going on is this is a 3-book series. Now, I'm having fun with this, and this is where my like issue, problem, concern comes in. I know it's a 3-book series. That's like, it's those 3 and it's done. This story anyways. And because I am doing so well with outlining this first book, I wonder if I need to just go ahead and do the same for the second and third ones. Now, I am technically doing that because I know how this 3-book series ends. I know exactly, like I'm writing with the end in mind. Again, that could change slightly, but for the most part, these will be technically 3 standalones that's in a series, where you could, I guess, read it in the order, but I don't know. All of that, again, is subject to change. My issue is I want to get to writing this one right away. Like, I am doing this outline, I'm putting in these pieces, I'm pretty much putting the bones together, and could very well just start writing immediately, which I'm going to do. But within doing that, because there are characters in the first book that show up in the second one, I'm making sure to put them in and to write, like, I pretty much have the whole series planned out. The first book, I'm doing the outlining. The second book, I have a good hold on the big issues, the big tropes, the big set pieces. And then the third one, I have less details, but more of the big picture. I know who's involved. I know where they're going, and I know where I want them to end up. And so I'm kind of trying to seed that in through the first, second book as well, so it's not jarring or a surprise when you see what's happening. But that being said, because I am outlining this first book and I'm able to put more detail into the second one, the third one is the one where, though I do have the big picture, I have less details about. And so I'm wondering if I should just go ahead and finish, because my mind is telling me finish outlining the first one, write the first one. You already have the bones for the second one, so take out any little details that come along and you put it into the outline of the second one, which is what I've been doing. And then just follow that step when I get to the second book and I'm pulling out pieces to put into the third. And so if I do it that way, I'm just going to write the first one first. I'm not going to wait and outline the other two. I'm just going to write this first one. And going back to the original statement, which is that what's canon is what you publish, it's not what you write. Hey, like, I'm good. So I don't know. I'm not stressed. I'm feeling really good. I'm getting through this. Now, with all of that in mind, y'all, the other concern is the time frame. So it is Saturday right now, early Sunday morning. I think it's like 1 o'clock, 12:45. Oh shit. So I want to be done with this because I'm moving along so quickly. Let's just say it's Sunday. I would like to have this outline done tonight. I would probably give myself a couple more days, because even though the outline is being completed, I know that when I sit down to write, some things will change. So I'm not worried about that. But I would like to have a full outline. And I mean full. I want every single idea that I have either incorporated or removed and thrown in the trash can, and have it definitive, where even when I'm done and I haven't started writing yet, I can say, oh, I'm finished with this outline. This is the canon. This is what's happening. And so if I can have that done tonight, I want to give myself a later date, but I don't want to give myself a reason to, or an opportunity to kind of be on some bullshit and be like, oh, well, I'll put it for 2 weeks from now. And like, you can get that done now. So at the latest, tonight, Sunday night, before midnight, before Sunday turns to Monday, I want to be done with this outline. And I think that's doable. I am going to get up in a minute and like go make a run, maybe get like, I don't know, some apple juice, just something to like remove myself from this computer screen. If I can get this done tonight, I would truly like to start writing. I'll probably immediately, but I would like to start writing. I'll give myself Monday, even if it's just one chapter, one scene. Like, I'm not talking write and be done with the book, but I would like to finish this outline tonight, start writing, and then by really, see, I don't know. I want to say like I'll be done writing this first draft by the weekend, which I think I do need to give myself more grace when it comes to actually writing the book, and probably give myself 2 weeks. 2 weeks to like write, because let me tell y'all, when I write, it's nothing. Like, I get the words down. Like, that's never been an issue. And because of the detail that has been put into this book, just initially a lot, which, I'm having so much freaking fun. So of course I have a playlist, but like the actual, like, developing the story, because I'm not following the different like suggestions that I've followed in the past that kind of stumped me, and I am doing this pantser sort of thing while like developing the outline, doing the brain dump and all of that. I have really had fun with this story. So I think I want to give myself 2 weeks to 2 Fridays from now, this upcoming Friday and the Friday after, to like be done with this first draft. 2 freaking weeks. I think it's doable. And I think it's doable more so than anything else that I've done before. Even if those of you who've been around for a while, you remember the holiday novel that I was writing, where that was the first time I had created an outline that was as detailed as it was, that allowed me to like maneuver through the story. Even though I still ran into some issues, I'm still like reworking that. But with that, I'm also making sure I'm like very aware of, cognizant of, or whatever, that just because you have gotten far in a draft or even finished a full book doesn't mean that that book has to come out. Doesn't mean you have to publish that. That book may never see the light of day. I would like for it to, but I'm doing better at holding myself accountable, but not bullying myself or making myself feel bad because the plans that you had now are changing. Like that's just what it is. That's what's going to happen. So that being said, 2 weeks, 24 hours to finish the outline, 2 weeks to finish the first draft of this first book. And then I'll kind of figure out what I'm doing from then, because I'm thinking my drafts are not clean. They're not clean drafts. There's tons of errors. So I wonder if I should just go back after I'm done and clean up that draft, or if I should just go on to the second book, like any outlining that I've done, get into that, or maybe actually utilize beta readers for in a more official capacity for this series. Like if I finish this, clean it up where it's legible for someone to like read it and give critique, and while someone has that story, just immediately jump into outlining, if I'm not already done outlining, book 2. So there's a lot of decisions that need to be made, but I'm feeling pretty good. So what I'll do is probably wrap this up here and go do my little snack run and come back and see what's what. But I feel confident about this timeline, and so yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. So yeah, I hope y'all are feeling good too.
Don't do it 'cause it doesn't